Hello. Niki Duffy here, choosing for today, show episode 13, Rewrite the Story of Your Life. Yeah, so what if your story, if your life, hi Geraldine, what if your life was a story? What kind of a story would it be? Would it be a melodrama? Would it be a tragedy? Would it be a comedy? Would it be a rom-com? Would it be a fun adventure? What would your life be? Thank you, Geraldine. So, what would and how would you like to write the story of your life and live your life according to your rules and your how you would like it to be? If you could choose it, if you could write it, rewrite it, what would that look like for you? What would that feel like for you? What would that be like for you? So, yeah. So one of the things that that I thought, I've been doing a lot of courses in writing. You know, over these lockdown times, I've been igniting a love of writing and word play and all that kind of thing. Because many years ago, 25 years ago, I used to, I went to lots of evening classes about writing, and I wrote a lot of fiction and some screenwriting as well. And I had great fun, you know, writing the stories of other people's lives, imaginary people. And so if you could write the story of your life, what would that look like? What bits, if you could rewrite the story of your life, what bits, if you could look at your past and like take out big chunks and just like, no, don't need that, or don't need, so we can't change what's happened in our past. You know, our lives are what they are up until now. And it's only in every moment, every fresh moment, that we have fresh choice and fresh choice that we can create and choose and create, rewrite our stories, write the story of our lives, and live the lives that we would like them to be. And but with our past, we can't change the physicality of what happened. We can't change the dates, change the people that were there. We can't change the events. What we can change is how they impact on us now. What we can change is any residual pain or any residual yuckiness that's we're still using to as we move forward in our lives. We're still like dragging all that yucky stuff forward with us. We can let that go and let that be in the past, so it no longer has to impact on your now or your future. So I just want to check the comments because it looks like there's comments have been made, but I cannot see them. So how does it get any better than that? And yeah, do comment if you've got any questions or any because now I'm getting my phone out, so I will be able to see them. Yeah. So, and especially if you're like, well, you know, it's all very well saying you can rewrite the story of your life, but how can you go back? You know, I've got this event or I've got this thing in my life that that can't be changed. Hey, Tanya, I'm glad you're here now. That's super exciting. So good to have you. We're talking about as you can see from the title, rewriting the story of our lives. If your life was a story, what kind of story would you like it to be? Would you like it to be one that's filled with adventure? Or would you like it to be just a gentle comedy? Would you like it to be a romance? You know, what would you like it to be? And one of the things about story, so if you imagined your life as a film, so you know, with stories that are written, they have, of course, we know they have the beginning, a middle, and an end. And the thing about our lives is it never ends. It's still going. As long as we're going, the story of our lives is still going. So you know, if you take a story, then that story, it, depending on where it starts and ends, could be the difference of like whether that you decide that's a happy story or a tragedy, or you know, for instance, so you know, Cinderella. The story of Cinderella, she was like the underdog. She was working really hard and unappreciated by her stepmother and stepsisters. Her handsome prince swept her off her feet, and they got married and they lived happily ever after. Well, what, you know, if you end it there, then that's one ending. And so that's a happy ending, happy story. And what if you didn't end it there? What if you then followed that story a little bit further, maybe even started it somewhere else? So the story of Cinderella rewritten might be, it could start at the ball, and then she meets the handsome prince, and they fall madly in love, and get married, and then she meets his brother and she realizes, oh my God, that's the man of my dreams, and I love him, and I'm married to the prince. And then it's more of a melodrama and a tragedy. You know, it's a completely different story depending on where we start it and where we end it. So one of the great things about writing and living and rewriting and reliving the story of our lives is you have choice. And you can choose. You can choose the bits that you you know, shine a light on and make really significant, and you can choose the bits that you're like, nah, we won't bother putting that scene in, you know, because like I was saying about I've been revisiting my love of writing, and when you're writing a imaginary story, a fictional story, you're building the character, and you're trying to show the character by what they do and what they say. And if you have a scene that that you really love, where the character goes to a barbecue and they have a great time, and you know, maybe they play in the paddling pool or what, I don't know why this is coming to me, you know, maybe they have a great time doing that, but it doesn't move the story forward, and it doesn't show any different sides of the character that you haven't already shown in other ways, then even though that barbecue story, that barbecue scene is a great scene and you love it, it's got to come out of the story of the film, because it doesn't, you know, the film is very tight, and yeah, it has to work in a specific way for you to really get the characters, get what's important, and enjoy the film. So, I mean, our lives aren't like that. Our lives are real lives, and we get to choose. We get to choose which parts of ourselves we like to shine and show in different areas, and which parts that you know, we won't make so public. And the what's it called? Social media is almost like a way of, some people use it as a way of writing a certain narrative about their lives, even if it's in pictures, you know, like, so for Instagram, I mean, they even call it Insta stories and Facebook stories, where you can put moments or photographed, videoed moments, whatever, up for everyone to see. And it can be a way of crafting a narrative about you and your life. What is it that you would like people to So, I mean, writing and rewriting the story, what I wanted this episode to be was more about, regardless of what other people thought, it's about what you desire, regardless of, you know, the image of, you know, what's going on your Instagram or your Facebook stories, or, you know, what other people think they see of your story and your life. It's about what would you like it to be, writing it and living it in a way that works for you, letting go of other people's expectations, projections, and significance, and choosing for you, choosing what works for you. So I started to touch on earlier about the letting go of the past. So the parts of the past that no longer serve you. So for instance, we had one of my clients recently, we were working through an issue from her past, and she chose an issue which, you know, when you have time with a therapist, you know, often people think you're going to go to like the so-called the big issues. But one thing that was really sticking her and stopping her from moving forward was an issue that she had when she was about 5 years old, where she was in the kitchen with her mum, and her mum was telling her off for stealing these a packet of biscuits, for eating all the biscuits. And she hadn't. It had been her older brother, and she wasn't going to grass on her older brother. And but no matter what she told her mum had got it in her head that, you know, this was the last straw, and it was this girl's fault. She'd stolen the biscuits, and that made her an evil little girl. And, you know, all of that, the scene of this my client's life when she was 5 years old, with her mum like really digging into her about stealing biscuits that she'd never stolen, and she felt it was so unfair, and it really like stuck her and coloured her her relationship with her mum, and coloured a lot of you know, she used that moment from her past story, as she would refer back to it and use it as, oh no, but I'm a bad person because of that moment. Oh no, but I can't do that because of that moment. Oh no, but nobody will listen to me because of that moment. So when we let go of the pain and the intensities and the emotions surrounding certain moments in our lives, we can let go of the pain of that past and move forward with more peace and with more joy, and rewrite. So that's a way of rewriting the past, because it doesn't, just because it happened in the past, it doesn't mean it has to give us pain in the future, in the now. It doesn't mean it has to inform everything we do. It doesn't mean it has to be like a benchmark of we can't go any higher, we're not worth any more, or whatever it is. So yes, rewriting the story of your life. What areas, what things would you like to rewrite? How would you like the narrative to be different of the past? So one of the things we did in the therapy session, there's some beautiful processes that we can do. So one of the things I did with this lady, you know, we looked at the 5-year-old there being told off by her mother, and like really, really feeling small and dreadful about it. And we looked at, okay, so what does that 5-year-old you need in order to give you peace with this situation, in order for this situation not to hurt you now anymore, because it was still a very painful memory for her. What does that 5-year-old you need? So we looked at that, and she said, well, she needs someone to stick up for her. So then we brought the older her into the situation, and gave the 5-year-old everything that she needed. So we looked at what does she need. She needs more confidence, she needs to feel love, she needs this, she needs that. And then we gave her, in our therapy session, we gave that 5-year-old all of the things that she needed. And then we looked at, okay, so what did the mum need in order for this to be different? How did things need to change with the mum? So the mum needed the information that it wasn't the 5-year-old. The mum needed to know that it wasn't her, and she, you know, that she wasn't lying to her. And the child needed stuff like to be listened to. So we looked at all of the different angles of what was required to make that situation not be painful now in the present, to go back into the past, gift that situation, that younger self, all that she needed from her mother, from other people, from wherever it was that she needed, to gift her that. And so then she didn't have the pain of that situation now in the present. So that's one way that we can like rewrite the pain of the past. And as I said, it may not change the functionality of what happened. You know, it could be that, you know, the 5-year-old's cat died, and that was very painful and upsetting. It's not going to bring the cat back to life, but it's going to change, so you don't have to bring that pain and intensity forward with you into your adult self, into your now, and you don't have to drag that pain and intensity through into your future. So let me see, can I see the comments? There's 2 comments and I can only see 1, so that's a shame. Yeah. So what else? How else? So what I wanted to talk about basically today was about letting go of past pains and traumas and the intensities of bringing those forward, letting go of them so they're not impacting your now and they're not impacting your future, and you're not using them to inform all your future choices. So another thing about the about rewriting your story is you get to choose in every moment, every single moment you get to choose. So excuse me, just looking to see if I can see if I've got comments on here. Yeah, and in each moment you can make a fresh choice. It doesn't matter how crappy you decided the choice you made like 10 minutes ago or 10 years ago was. Now, today, you can make a fresh choice and a fresh choice and a fresh choice. There we go. I found it. Let's turn that down. Yeah, mine was The Ugly Duckling, says Tanya. Okay, the story of the ugly duckling. And now you're a swan. Is that correct? Yeah, the ugly duckling story. And now I've got the song singing, there once was an ugly duckling. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing it. With feathers all ruffled and brown. And all the other birds, so everyone picked on the poor ugly duckling in so many words, said, huh, get out of town. And then, so the ugly duckling for many years suffered the abuse and being put down and told they were ugly and told they were worthless and told they didn't fit in, until they realized many years later as they grew up that they weren't actually a duckling at all. They were a swan. They were a completely different being. So how many of you have had that? And we may all have had elements of that that may have been like larger elements in our life growing up, or smaller. So they may have been just moments, and wherever we've had that in our lives and had that, allowed that, or had that be a painful yucky thing, even as I'm talking about it now. Let's destroy and uncreate it all, times a gazillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So that's the clearing statement, those weird words I just said. If you never heard it before and like to find out more, you go to theclearingstatement.com and the full explanation is there. For now, it's just a great way to clear energies and yucky stuff that comes up. So yeah, so anyway, you're still feeling like intensities as you think about like past situations in your life, any of that that's still coming up with intensity, will you now destroy and uncreate all of that and let that go? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Because one of the things about bringing forward the intensities of the past is because they were so intense, somehow we get it twisted that we have to, just because they were intense, because they were significant to us at the time, it means we have to still make them significant and still keep that intensity because it has some kind of reference or you know, bearing onto the future, so it has some value, so we have to bring it forward. And what if that wasn't true? What if you could just allow yourself to let it go, just because it was intense in the past, just because it cost you dearly in the past, just because you had a lot of time, energy, maybe even money, emotions invested in that past pain, that past trauma. What if you were allowed to let that go with ease? What if it could be even easier than you ever imagined it could be? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And that's one thing that I found, using that clearing statement is a great way to let go of intensities, to let go of yucky, traumatic feelings, yuckiness that comes up. Even if it doesn't, you know, let go of it completely, it can lessen the blow and create more ease around it. So it opens up possibilities for you to find different ways, to find other ways that can like fully support you as you let the intensities go. So I'm not suggesting for one moment that in a 30-minute little show like this, that all the trauma from the past is going to like miraculously disappear. What I'm looking to create with this is just opening up the possibility of, oh yeah, what if I could rewrite and let go of the pain associated with issues in the past and open up space for me now, for me, for you to choose what works for you now. What space, what possibilities, what would you like to choose now? What would you like the story of your life to be now? Because in every film, in every story, there's a pivotal moment where there's several pivotal moments, but you know, just like in a film, in a Hollywood film, there's a pivotal moment where the hero character has to make a decision. It's like, okay, am I going to put up with this, whatever this thing is, or am I going to choose something else? Am I going to move forward? And am I going to go where I was afraid to go before? So for instance, like maybe it's, I can't think of a film at the moment, but you know, where you've got the choice. So like maybe the lead character never wants to leave home, and then their home with everyone they loved in it is like bombed, and there is no home left. So they have to move forward. They have to go on a journey. It's a pivotal moment where they have to choose beyond what they had before. So, and it doesn't have to be painful and dramatic like that in your life. And what would you choose if now was your pivotal moment where you could choose, you had nothing to lose, and you could just move forward in any direction that you chose, that you've always desired to go to, through, somewhere you wanted to go, something you wanted to do, something you wanted to choose for yourself, but never gave yourself permission to choose it, or always had stuff like holding you back. I can't, I'd like to, but I can't. I'd like to, but I can't. What if you allowed yourself to choose for you and really look at what would work for you? If you were choosing your future today, what would you choose? And so that's where I'm going with this whole rewriting the story of your life. What would you like the story of your life to be? If today was the end of the old story and you could choose a new story, how would that be? What would you like to add to your life? What can you add to your life today to create the life and the future that you desire and require? And if there's anything you'd like to put in the comments, we've just got a few minutes left, but if there's anything like, I'd like to, but I can't, or any stuff that comes up for you that you would like to, here we go. Tanya, thank you. My husband has been working from home and I offered him temporary use of my office. Then he said it may not be temporary. Okay, yeah, I hear that. And what else is possible? Yeah, so yeah, what could you choose beyond that? What would work for you? What conversations could you have? What possibilities are there that you haven't considered? What's available? What possibilities are available to you that you've not yet acknowledged, that if you allowed yourself to be open to and acknowledge the possibilities, could create and actualize a completely different future? And anything that doesn't allow that, destroy and uncreate at all times, a godzillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. So how could this work to your advantage, Tanya? What else, what beyond that would work for you? What else could be possible for you that you haven't considered? Yeah, so if you were to look into your future and think, okay, so how would I like to craft the next 5 years, the next 10 years, the next 50 years? What energies would you like to include in that? So we'll just do this brief exercise in the last couple of minutes that we have left available to us. So if you were choosing to rewrite and write the future of your life and have it the way that would work for you, without looking at, oh, I want a white house with a blue door with, X amount of bedrooms, get the energy of what that would gift you, get the energy of the like, oh, I would like this job in this situation with this amount of money. Get the energy of what that job, that money, that home would gift you, and that will go with the energy, because that's more expansive, and then you're not limiting yourself. So when anything that comes along that matches the energy, you can follow it, you can move in that direction, rather than, oh, well, it's not a white house with a blue door, then I can't have it. So get the energy of what more you would like, what future would you like to design and craft for yourself? Get the energy of it. What adventure would you like? Get the energy of it, and like put it in an imaginary ball in front of you. What laughter would you have? Laughter? Would you have fabulous sex? Would you have friends that you could really engage with, and what would that be for you? Get the energy of that socialness, that sexualness, that joyfulness, that laughter, that adventure. What would it be for you? That nurturing, that nurtured body. What would it be for you? Add that in. More. What else? The flexibility, the freedom, the joyfulness. What would it be for you? Add that in. The energies, the energy of an expansive home, the energy of like so much money, that the money is a gift to you, a joy for you. It's the energy of unrestricted choice, the energy of choice. What else? Put it in for you. What would be fun for you? And everywhere you decide, well, I want that, but I can't have it, destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, shorts, boys and beyond. And now just add a few more, keep adding. Oh, yummy, those beautiful shoes. Yes. What else? Add it in. Lovely. Yes. Ease, joy and glory. Add it in. What else? Okay, and now you can continue adding it if you like as we do this. And now just pull energy from the entirety of the universe through that bubble of all the yummy stuff of your future that you would like to have. Pull that through into your body now. So you allow it to engage and mingle with the molecules of your physical body now. Yes, allow that playfulness, yes, and pull the energies through your body and out through the back and beyond, and then around the entirety of the universe and back through from the front of you, through the energy ball of all these yummy energies, pulling them through your body, yes, and out the outside now. Yes, and allow that energy pull to continue going around and continue contributing to you. And now allow little tickles and trickles of those energies to go out to all the places and spaces and people and events and buildings and all the molecules, to allow that to actualize in your life now and in your future. And now as you go about your day-to-day, just notice when that energy comes up, that yumminess of the energy, like, oh yes, I'll have that. And whether you just notice the little pulls from the universe, the little gentle taps on your shoulder. Yes, that's the energy. That's the energy. Whether it makes linear sense or not, logical sense or not, just allow yourself the awareness of that and move towards that, so that you are pulling the story of your life, the energies of what you desire to show up in your life and live as your life, to become the reality of you. Actualize in your life now and in the future. So Tanya's saying, yeah, winter UK months in a warm sunny place where I can smell the sea. Oh, I love that. Yes, so whatever that is for you, I like it. So thank you so much for joining me on the Choosing for Today show this week. And if you have any ideas for what you would like me to talk about for next week's show, what topics you'd like me to address, anything that you'd like me to talk about, then please put them in the comments, and I would love to go there with you. And if you're watching this in the future, then please if you have any questions, put them in the comments as well. And I will be, just to let you know a little inside information, I'm going to be doing a 5-day challenge towards the end of this month, and I'm very excited about it, where we'll be going into more detail of this, like crafting the story of your life, how you would like to do it. We'll be doing more of what we've been doing and some like extra special stuff as well over a free 5-day challenge. So look out for that, and message me if you'd definitely like to be a part of that. So thank you so much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.